What's up, Hazlitt High? Thanks for tuning in to Group 4's first announcements. Holla!
I'm Zach Beacon, and this good-looking guy to my right is James Allen Schmelter V.
It feels right to be announced with you today, Zach.
Speaking of doing the right thing, have you heard of this new group called Peer-to-Peer?
Haven't heard of it? I'm one of the founding members. Here's my boy, Tony Lubis, on why you should become a member too.
Well, and look at me. Yeah, there. 10 point. See me funny. Make me feel different. Show your prepare.
Wow, if I wasn't already in that totally awesome group, I would totally join that totally awesome group.
That's the truth. Hey, here's some semi-interesting information that may or may not pertain to you. But anyways, listen up. Seniors, scholarship opportunities are now available. Please visit the counseling office to see which may apply to you. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Brunschweiler.
It's DeWitt Day, Hazlitt High. Girls varsity starts at 6 o'clock and guys varsity at 7:30 here at home. This game is the game to come to. Not only is it DeWitt home, but homework can't be an excuse because after 2:23 today, it's winter break.
So come kick it off right. Sport whatever holiday garb you can find, and I'll see you there.
Wow, 2011, what a year.
You're a wise man, Beaks. But before we say our sweet goodbyes to an amazing Hazlitt year, here's a short film from yours truly.
Yes, this next video truly highlights the acting talents of my fellow co-anchor.
That's me.
Take a look and have a great break, Hazlitt.
Hey, what's up? Hey, you're going to the lake tomorrow, right? Yeah, I'll see you there.
Alright, man, I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, do you see that?
Yeah, what is that?
Blood on it. It looks like something's buried here. Let's check it out. I don't think we should. What's the big deal?
Come on, let's just go.
We're almost there. Oh my god, dude, that's a body.
Oh, you home?
Yeah.
Did you guys catch anything out there?
No, we didn't get anything.
Sometimes that just happens. Other days, you're just killing them out there.
I'm your very own Jake Schmelter.
I'm your very own pocket-sized Jonah Brown.
It sure is nice to have you on air with me, Jonah.
What can I say? It's an honor to be here. I almost feel as if all we've been doing at this point has been building up to this announcement.
I have never agreed with anything you have said more in my life.
When I look into your eyes, all I can think about is what a great anchor you are.
The smell of spring is in the air.
You know exactly what that means?
No idea what that means.
Spring sports.
My individual goals for this season, I really want to beat Mason this year because I lost to them twice last year, and I also want to play the other tough teams and win.
My individual goal for this season is to avoid getting last in most of my races and maybe make a joke or two while I'm running. Get some laughs.
My personal goal would be to shoot in the 70s all year and possibly make the all-state team. That'd be good.
Key contributors for this year will be the freshmen that are playing varsity because we lost a lot of seniors last year, so that'll take up a lot of spots. Shay Donahue, who played last year and is a sophomore this year, will be a key contributor.
Key contributors are probably Charlie Rumsey, Griffin Marinez, Ryan B.A. Alex Van Camp likes to think he is, but really, he's not. But I think the real dark horse for this season is probably going to be Zach Beacon.
Key contributors are Chris Belzer is number 1, I'm number 2, Chase Applegate is number 3, and Zach Rapson would be the 4 spot this year.
Key contributors this year are Sierra Bain, Bronte Bellinger, Jenna Oberski, and Amy Whitaker.
Our team goal would be to repeat last year and win leagues and regionals again.
A team goal for this year, we don't have Lampman or people like JD anymore, so the new goal is probably to win states.
Team goal would be to at least make the state tournament and hopefully place top 3, maybe win it, depending on how we play.
The team goal this year is to win the state championship.
Zero chance I bring out a Superman cape again this year.
My favorite part about lacrosse is spending time with my friends and teammates.
Win the state championship.
Do you think the school wants to hear a sports joke?
I think they do.
So this guy walks into a doctor's office and says, "Doc, it hurts when I poke my leg."
The doctor replies, "Yes, it's because you shattered both your kneecaps." Classic.
Do you want to hear something else funny? Opening night of our spring play, The Odd Couple, is tonight. Come be entertained by a true American classic and one of the best written shows to be conceived. It would mean the world to the cast and crew if you came. We really think you'll enjoy it. Tickets are $5, and the show starts at 7:30. There's another show tomorrow at 7:30 as well. I certainly hope to see you there.
The front parking lot is for faculty, me, Jake, and visitors only. Any student parked in the faculty parking lot will be towed.
If you're submitting a video to the Hazlitt Foundation Talent Show, submissions are due at 4:30 today. Good luck, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
Jake, do you have a Facebook, Twitter, phone, or TV?
I have all 5, Jonah.
So you probably know who Coney is. Well, let's look into it.
On March 5th, 2012, a controversial video was released to the world. The video was uploaded by a foundation known as the Invisible Children, a charity driven to stop Joseph Kony, the world's most wanted international criminal and the leader of the LRA. The content of the film shocked everyone.
Because if I saw my brother once again, I don't...
Over the course of a few short weeks, the video accumulated over 100 million views and has become a trending topic in social media.
Please, we don't like war. We want to end war. That's what we're doing. I'm a pacifist at heart.
Several people stand behind the video and support the cause. However, there are those who have a more skeptical approach. We've asked junior Mike Booth and world history and international issues teacher Russell Olson to give you their opinions on the matter.
How did I come upon this information? Well, it was less about coming upon the information than it finding me out or seeking me out. I had a number of students talk to me about it, ask me questions about it, and I actually didn't know.
My first response was that I felt bad for the victims of it. However, I knew that it needed to be further looked into because this was only one side's report, and it looked as if they're using propaganda to further their message.
I think when it was described, some of the things that were described that were going on in Uganda, there's always that sense of shock and indignation that people are being victimized in this way. And then for me, there's always sort of a retreat. Okay, but I don't have all the facts.
The further I looked into the subject of Kony 2012, it turns out this foundation of the Invisible Children actually only gives 31% of donations to charity and has about a 1.7 million salary for their corporate offices. So they're actually making quite a good amount of money off this.
I thought it was important to get the response of the Ugandans themselves. Instead of listening to the outrage of the international community, how about going to the source and finding out what's happening there and how the people feel about all of this in Uganda. Well, the film was screened last Tuesday, and it fell flat. The people were actually upset about the film in the sense that, look, they spent all this time talking about people in other countries and raising awareness, but they didn't talk about the number of people who have been killed by the Lord's resistance.
My concerns about the corporation is that they're trying to make a profit off this by selling their devices like billboards and such for you to advertise yourself when they could offer a template or something of that nature online for free. So they're They're generally trying to make money off something that they shouldn't be.
It raises the consciousness of young people, teenagers in the United States, that this sort of thing is actually going on. And it's an awful, horrifying thing that we are largely immune from.
I don't think that this will actually impact teenagers' lives very much. I think it'll blow over in a couple weeks or so. People just get tired of it. After they do that whole thing on April 20th, it will just be a die down after that.
Some people are not so fortunate, and we lose sight of that. It's easy to lose sight of that, given the fact that we live in such a marvelously protected world. What concerns do I have about it? One, I want to make sure that the charity, Invisible Children, is in fact legitimate.
The information missing is that how much they actually donate to charity. If you donate $100,000, do you expect that a good amount that's going to go to the actual cause of Invisible Children? But in all reality, only $31,000 would.
Another thing that really concerned me was the fact that they were selling sort of like T-shirts and paraphernalia, you know, like almost as if this were like these were souvenirs. And one of the Ugandans who watched the film said this would be a little bit like selling Osama bin Laden T-shirts after 9/11. They thought it was an incredibly poor taste.
He is escaping them through the jungles of Uganda. He can't be too big of a threat, or else he'd be stationed somewhere. It's when you start to lose powers when you have to start to run away. You saw that with bin Laden and Gaddafi, Hussein. Whenever you start to lose power, that's when you have to start to flee. If they can't find him because he's running through jungles, he's in bad shape as it is.
Before contributing or making a contribution, I think you really need to do your homework and find out that is this a legitimate charity? How long have they existed? What parts of the film have been confirmed as being true by maybe international bodies of one sort or another. As much as we want to be passionate about something and help out, that we do a little homework and make sure that we're doing the right thing. As Davy Crockett used to say, always make sure you're right and then go ahead.
I hope the Invisible Children get all the support they can.
Speaking of invisible children.
Do you remember, Jonah?
Do you remember where you find a one-legged dog?
Right where you left it.
That's because a one-legged dog will most likely not be moving around. Therefore, it will be laying wherever you leave it. Do you remember?
Remember what, Jonah?
The 3 pillars.
Of course I do. Respect.
I like your shirt because it's like a Viking, but it says HHS.
Yeah, it does.
So are you going to like the game? Are you gonna come or what?
No, I'm holding the door for this girl.
Rewind it. There.
Yeah, hit play.
Green.
The green button. I don't like that font. All right, are we ready?
Oh.
All right. In gaming news, this is Tyler Mihai and Chris White reporting on gaming piracy.
This is a crime and is bad and also illegal.
Some companies, such as Renegade Kid and Dreamrift, are thinking that if piracy gets really bad on the Nintendo 3DS, that they will stop supporting the new system with games.
In other news, on January 17th this year, a number of people stole music, videos, and games and got arrested in Japan.
Yeah, they did, Chris. Those people copied and intentionally downloaded illegal software in Japan. And if found, they will have federal consequences to face.
Also, some said a game that they made had a shorter amount of sales because people were copying the game and selling them to other people.
I don't know about you, Chris, but copywriting is most definitely illegal and frowned upon.
That's right. And if this keeps going on, some video game companies will lose sales and business.
I feel as if more hackers are finding ways around buying the actual game, it could be a true economic failure for these companies.
In other news, some could hack an online shop on any Nintendo system that they could just get games for free. On the Nintendo Wii U shop, Nintendo 3DS eShop, the Nintendo DSi shop, or the Nintendo Wii U shop, which I think could hurt a lot for Nintendo.
Hacking also leads to unemployment and a loss of sales, which I don't personally like. Sales, because if the hackers sold the game over and over, then the company would have less money, obviously. Publishers fear that piracy is becoming a common idea as the economy is thriving in a recession.
In the hacker community, they tinker with commercial electronics in order to get the three of them running with unsigned applications.
The hackers even took to Twitter that they finally hacked into the Nintendo 3DS. Nintendo saw these comments and soon invested in a lot of resources, protecting the new system from piracy.
And the other reason people hack Nintendo handhelds is because publishers understand that hackers will try to figure out the device no matter what.
There's no real stopping this habit, and that's no reason to stop funding original projects.
And to sell games at a lot of affordable rates through many distribution channels, retail and digital, as possible.
It should worry a lot of people because no matter what they could be, using your games anytime, anywhere, any place.
Nintendo is making it clear that in Japan, that if any Nintendo 3DS system has illegal content, that they will disable the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. You know, I personally don't want my Nintendo 3DS disabled. Because then I wouldn't be able to play it. And, you know, I got to have my 3DS. I really do. You know, I can't live a day without it. You know, every day you see me in the halls, I'm 3DSing it up. And, yeah, that didn't work. We're at the top. I tried to link through it. It didn't work.
Yeah, I quit. All right, there's 2 minutes left. So
Chris,
Chris
was a good attempt.
Tear it down. Make sure everything's in a safe place. Hey, where do I get to stop recording? Stop.
Hit stop.
Hey, Mike.
Hi.
Do you know why the turtle crossed the road?
Why?
Speed bumps.
Nice. Here with today's top story, it's Amanda Miller and Bart Wajenki on gun control.
Since the recent shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, have we made any changes in like the security system and anything to make the schools safer?
You know, we really haven't done a whole lot in terms of upgrading our security. What we have done, though, is we've taken a look at our safety plan that every classroom should have, and looking at our process for like lockdowns and things like that. We did have the Chief of Police, Dave Hall from Meridian Township, come in one day and walk around our building and give us and provide us with suggestions of things that he saw that maybe weren't as secure as they needed to be. One of the things we looked at specifically were, are the outside doors locked in this building? And for the most part, they are. The only doors that are unlocked during the day remain the main office doors. Having said that, I also know that from time to time on the back student doors and things, people could put trash cans in there, they could prop them open with a shoe or something else like that. But I came away after Chief Hall had walked the building with me that this building is as safe and secure as it can be. One of the things that we've done also this year is we've put new security cameras in place throughout the building in some strategic spots so that if we do have violations of hand code that are going on, even safety types of issues, that we can view those videos and see where the problems occur.
How effective overall do you feel that the security system would be here if there was an intruder?
How effective would our security plan be if we had an intruder in the building? Only time will tell, and hopefully I'm never in that situation, or any of us would ever in the history of this building be a part of something just horrific like the situation in Connecticut. Having said that, I think we're as secure in terms of the safety of our physical building as we can be. The unfortunate thing about people that come in and violate the lives of other people, they come in and shoot or put bombs in buildings and things like that, is really what we're doing is we're trying to limit the casualties. The thing you have to remember about Newtown is there were over 600 students and people in that building. Unfortunately, 26 lost their lives, and that in itself is horrific. But there were over 500, almost 600 people that didn't lose their lives. And so, hopefully the police are going to respond in a timely manner. Some of what they're doing now is different than 5 or 10 years ago, certainly since Columbine. They've made some changes in how they would enter a building. And we have made some changes in terms of, twice a year doing crisis drills. The other thing is we work very closely with our community police liaison, Officer Scatia, and any new and update types of things to our security. One of the things we do in the summertime is we allow Meridian Township to come in and basically run drills throughout our building, like if there's an intruder in it or not. So they know our building very well. So, I would like to think if there was an intruder in the building that was taking people's lives.
Wow.
That was great, Amanda.
In other news, cats invading New York
Caleb, wrong script.
Oh yeah, that's the menu. In other news, Taylor Grenwalt came in first in his weight class at the Williamson Mooney Classic.
What are your opinions on the Mooney tournament that's coming up? It's one of the bigger tournaments that we go to throughout the year. It's a big classic tournament. Who's your hardest competition, and what do you expect on the day?
The Mooney is a tough tournament. It's been around for a while, and we've gone every year, and there's usually like 35 teams, and it's pretty tough competition. I love going to it. It's a fun tournament. It's individual. And last year I had a pretty easy chart. It wasn't too bad, but I ended up taking first, and I got outstanding wrestler for the tournament. And this year I'm just hoping to improve on last year and work on the things I need to work on for the state tournament, and it should be good. I'm hoping to get that outstanding wrestler award again. And
box. In the first base, 145-pound Jim Mooney, 51st Williamson Classic champion, with a record of 4-0. He's a senior. He hails from Hazard, Michigan. Taylor Grenwalt.
Well, I'm not really expecting too much. It's my first year. I'm not that good. I mean, I guess I'm not bad, but I'm just kind of nervous, I guess, because it's a really good tournament, and there's a lot of good teams there. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm going to try to place.
I know the Mooney is a competitive tournament. I was there last year. It was pretty tough. I didn't do so hot last year. I'm hoping to do better this year. Hopefully place at least for my division. As a team, we could score a lot of points. We got some better kids this year, kids with more experience. Hopefully that does something for us.
Suddenly all I can think of is a hot dog.
I'm gonna be so late.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
We just played that video.
I'm gonna be so late.
Slow down and pay attention in the student parking lot. Otherwise, the consequences could be deadly. Police are still looking for that guy.
If you see a man who looks like Caleb, please report him.
Right.
Moving on, a piece with another Wajenki.
Why did you pick Sam Wajenki for quarterback?
Came in the first half against DeWitt, and from that point on ended up being our quarterback. I thought he did a great job. Difficult situation to be put in, and I thought he did a super job, gave us great leadership, executed that position awfully well.
What decided to make him captain?
The year before, he was a 2-year captain. Just his off-season commitment, his ability to get other people to work hard and to train hard and to buy in, and so I think that's those characteristics were really good for him.
Why do you think he wanted to play football?
I think he was motivated himself to be successful. He wanted to have a successful senior year, and he worked really hard, and I think he accomplished that.
When did you want to play football?
In high school? Well, I played it when I was younger, so I figured I'd do it when I was older, and plus I had a lot of friends that played football. They were going to play it in high school.
Why did you want to be captain?
I actually didn't want to be. Coach O just made me one.
What do you think made you so successful?
Well, personally, I just think working hard, it's pretty much the base to anybody's success, so I'd say working hard.
Do you think you're the same person on and off the field?
I think I'm a little bit more meaner on the field, but other than that, I think I'm a pretty nice guy.
What a physically well-fit man.
Indeed.
Another incredibly talented person, Mr. Olson, speaking about rock and roll.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's funny. There were always guitars kind of around the house, but they were played by my big brother, Scott. And I was I actually got my start in stringed instruments on the 5-string banjo, so I was playing bluegrass music going all the way back to 1974. I was 11 years old, and I made just enough money on a paper route to get myself a banjo, and I was playing that. But by the age of about 16, 17, I was getting a little bored with it, and I was in a friend, so-called, his basement, and I heard this guy playing this screaming electric guitar, and I thought, wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Who's that? And it's like, well, it turned out to be Jimi Hendrix. And I guess I recognized there was something about his playing that really moved me. And I thought, geez, I want to play like that. Well, I never learned how to play like that, but he was the inspiration for really buckling down and playing guitar. And it just so happened that there was a Fender Mustang around in the basement of our house, and I used that as my guitar to teach myself how to play. Anything with strings that's like or a lot like a guitar. For example, I play ukulele, which is a riot. Mandolin, which is not quite like guitar, but I play some mandolin too, especially for recording. It's great to sweeten up the sound, if you will, of a given rock or blues recording. You can do interesting things with that. Led Zeppelin were really the first folks to do that, and of course that's the influence, again, of one of my biggest influences, Jimmy Page. So really anything with strings, as long as it's not a violin, I don't do well with the bow thing. I'd like to Oh no, I've been a professional musician since young adulthood. I've been playing in bands since I was 18 and getting paid for it since I was 18, 19, 20 years old. But I really started in earnest in terms of making money and playing professionally when I was about 22. And off and on, I was in some very popular bands. It goes back a long ways, in excess of 20 years. But we actually made quite a lot of money back in the day. So I've been doing this professionally for, well, since I was a teenager.
Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From soul down the road, I wasn't playing at all. I ain't seen nothing like him in an amusement hall. That tough, dumb, and blind kid sure plays mean pinball. Standing by the statue, he goes out of the machine. Feeling all the numbers, always plays out clean. Plays by intuition, never tilts at all. That tough, dumb, and blind kid sure plays mean pinball. He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a twist. Pinball wizard's got such a sudden twist. How do you think he does it? What makes him so good? Ain't got no distractions, can't hear the buzzers and bells. Always sticks to replay, plays by some smell, plays by intuition. Never seen him fall. That tough, dumb, and blind kid sure plays mean pinball. Thought I was the belly table kid. Now I've handed my pinball crown to him. Plays my favorite tables, he can beat my best. His disciples lead him in, and he just does the rest. Got busy flipping fingers, never tips at all. That tough, dumb, and blind kid sure plays mean pinball.
Incredibly touching. Now, here's our own Tony Lupus with his own special thing.
Thank you, Caleb. Now, I was in my movie about Glee. First play winner boy, but go try to win again. But be Glee Club. First play, Glee have bird place going to. Good in it, but good as them. And that bunny, my sister and Coach, I made sure a summer. And that bunny, Michigan Tech won't be missing it. Better help at Go Tech. Back to you, Mikhail.
Thanks, Tony. That's it for us today, Hazlitt. So signing out, Caleb Jarvis, Tony Lubis, deuces.
Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a comer. This is being muscle.
Copping it, washing it, about to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins, someone else has been walking in. Bummy and grungy fucking man, I am stunting and flossing and saving my money, and I'm hella happy that's a bargain. I'ma take your grandpa style, I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real, ask your grandpa, can I have his hand-me-down? Velour jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found, dig it. They had a broken keyboard, I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a ski blanket, then I bought a kneeboard. Hello, my ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game, hell no. I could take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, he got the belt.
Hello, Hazlet High School, and welcome to the first announcements in the Group 1 and Group 2 era.
That's right. Groups have been switched this semester, and you're watching Group 1's very first announcements.
You know, Dylan, it really is a great day.
Why is that, Jonah?
Well, not only is it Friday, it's also the day of the big Hazlet DeWitt basketball game.
And that's right. We talked to the boys basketball players in the wake of the big game just to see what was on their minds.
All right, so at the beginning of the season, I know we haven't had a great start. You know, most people have been making fun of us saying we're no good, but we've actually just been hustling teams, pretending that we're not that good. So when we come off in the second half of the season, we're just going to blow everybody out. We're going to go 10-0 second half of the year. Look out.
So it's been really hard this season without having T-Cole on the team.
So basically, this season means the world to me. You know, they can scout me all they want, but in the end of it, no one's gonna stop me this year. You know, my squad behind me, you know, we about to run show. You know, we're coming for you, Sexton.
So I have a confession. Tearing my shoulder was actually to equal out the playing field, because, you know, I'm too good. I own this team. Like, it's me. Like, it's only me. Like, you see me out there, I make everything. Like,
Brandon Allen's been playing really well for us this year. He's been, you know, a great contributor, a leading scorer as a freshman, just playing, you know, well above his years for a freshman, and really being a huge impact for our team.
I love the basketball games because I've been living vicariously through Brandon Allen. If he makes a move, I make a move. I feel like I'm making a move. So, great.
rumor is DeWitt has a crazy student section. So it's nice to have my family there, but it's better to have my friends over there. Be here 6 Friday.
We know this year that the basketball team hasn't been doing the best, but I'm pretty pumped for this DeWitt game.
Yeah, I think we got this one in the bag.
I think the student section's definitely gonna help out. Yeah. Got some dirt on the other kids, put it that way.
You know my favorite part of the basketball game is
that?
just going to Griffin Fox and just seeing him play and how he gets glazed in sweat
Oh,
and
yeah.
it gets really tight to his body.
glazed, you know?
So glazed, like a donut.
Just glazed donuts, you know,
Glazed
just
donuts.
all like glazed donuts all over.
You know
you
where donuts go when you eat them?
It's all in the head.
Go in the hips.
Cool guys, beer, have fun. We will be Sexton, we will be DeWitt.
You know, overall, people think Brandon Allen's probably our main contributor, but really it's Zachary Green. He just does everything for us. He films the game, he gets the water. He really just makes sure this team runs to their best efficiency.
We're gonna go all the way and win states.
Hey, I'm in Sperry's right now.
Now the theme for tonight's game is going to be a classy out. And what I mean by that, wear your Hazlet gear, preferably in blue.
The boys play at 6 tonight and the girls play after. If you haven't attended a game this year or thinking about not going, it's the one to go to.
And please be prepared to stand up.
Also, if you're feeling crazy, the hockey team would love to have you watch them play against Okemos on Saturday at 3:30. And Jonah, not only do we have a new group right now, but we're also in a new semester.
That's right. Let's see how our wonderful peers are feeling about school.
Some of my favorite memories at this high school, probably the game of cat and mouse, playing with you and the administrators. You know, they're good people. I like all of them.
Some of my favorite memories in high school have to be the gymnastics room. We always used to sneak in there. I did a backflip a couple times and I kept doing backflips and then destroyed my ankle. Just hurt it really bad.
Favorite memories from high school, probably my sophomore year. I had the most fun my sophomore year. I didn't really have much academically. That was very hard, so I spent a lot of time on the weekends with friends.
Things I'm going to miss about high school are probably the friendships, you know, that you find. Like, you grow up with these kids since you're, like, toddler and stuff, and then just going to college, making new friends, not having as much contact, especially being far away. So that's probably what I'll miss the most.
Some things I'm gonna miss about high school is just everyone. All my friends, I'm never gonna see them again.
I'll definitely miss playing euchre with my boys in a 6-hour weight training. Even though I don't really know how to play euchre, I just kind of sit and watch. When they let me play, I get like really giddy. I'm gonna miss that guy. Not really.
My plans for college are I'm going to a small school called Elmhurst outside of Chicago to play football. They got about 3,000 kids. It's not that big, but it's near Chicago. It should be fun.
I plan to just go to LCC to start out with. I'm going to transfer to a 4-year university after I'm finished. I hope to become an RN and later specialize as a geriatric nurse so that I can work with the little senior citizens.
Well, I did have future plans to play football, but I'm still waiting on that. And if I don't play football, I'm gonna go to LCC for the first year and then transfer to state.
Advice for incoming freshmen or students in general, just live it up and have fun while you're in high school because you don't have a lot to care about. I mean, your future, but this is the time when you can explore and really find out who you are.
Incoming freshmen, just don't be intimidated. Actually, yes, be very intimidated.
High school is easy and it only gets harder, so you might as well just do good now so that you at least start out doing what, and then if you do good, you can go wherever you want. It gives you a good advantage in the future.
Wow, school sure is great.
Do you know what isn't great though? Cheating.
That's right. I wish Meridian Township had cheater-sniffing dogs that could sniff them out.
Sadly, they don't. However, we did make a PSA to try to combat the problem. Thank you, Dan Stevens, for this great video. There's something very serious I want to talk to you about today. Cheating. Just about all of us have seen it, and maybe even some of us have done it. You don't know what it is? Well, we're going to show you an example here. And something else we can do to avoid the cheating. Please, make it stop.
Hey, what's up? Hey, so, Mr. B's class, I didn't do my homework. Can I see yours? He's gonna fail me, dude. If you don't let me see it, I'm gonna fail.
That's not my problem. I worked hard at this. I'm not gonna let you copy it every day.
Ah, what's up, dude? Dude, this is sweet. All he's got to do is erase his name and put my name, and the homework's all mine.
That's a win-win, bro. That nerd won't get credit for doing his homework. Priceless, dude.
Yeah. What up, guys?
Oh, what's up, dude? How you doing?
This nerd just dropped this homework. It's all mine now.
Man, this guy's handwriting's way nicer than yours. Mr. B's never gonna believe you're this smart.
What are you trying to say, dude?
I'm saying do your own work and return it to him.
If you don't want to fail, you're gonna have to start doing it yourself.
Why do I hang out with you nerds?
I have a confession to make. I was student one. I was ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of who I was. I hated every day of it. I hated myself. Every time someone got called down to the principal's office, all I could think of, is that me? Am I the one who's getting caught cheating right now? It wasn't even worth it. Sure, I did good on a homework. Sure, I had a great homework grade. But once it came to that test, failure after failure. And the teacher knew. I knew that teacher knew. I hated it. It was the worst feeling. And I don't want you to become that. I don't want you to have to feel how I felt. So please, go home tonight and think, is cheating really worth it? Well, Hazlitt, that's all we have for you.
Tune in next week for Group 2's announcements, filled with plenty of information about gymnastics and Valentine's Day.
See you at the game tonight.
Welcome. I'm Patrick, the best play-by-play announcer in the state of Michigan.
And I'm Jake, the best color commentator in the state of Michigan.
And together, we are Patrick and Jake, and welcome to Group 2's First Announcements.
Although we are both talented, we don't let it get to our heads.
Another talented but not cocky group is the gymnastics team. We sat down with them this week to get a little more about their season.
This week's sports features on Hazlitt, Williamson, and Bass combined outstanding gymnastics team. They've had a competitive year with talented freshmen contributing to the team. Let's take a look.
So far, we've been undefeated. We placed second at East Lansing and second at the Hazlitt Invite. The key contributors this year is Kara Clarizio, she's a freshman, Megan Ivy, she goes to Williamston, she's a freshman. Some of the freshmen that we had this year, I didn't know if they were going to contribute or not, but with Kikel, our new sophomore, she's had knee problems and ankle problems. So Megan's really stepped up to the spot. It's actually been really funny to see how nervous some of them get, and after meet, we're with them every single day, so it's fun to get to know them. I try to help out the younger gymnasts as much as I can. It's not easy, so you have to balance my time and also the younger gymnast time, but I seem to be one of the spotters a lot, and I try to help them get the new skills as much as possible. We're definitely the strongest this year we've ever been, so there's a chance we could place first at regionals, which would be awesome.
I've enjoyed meeting new people, making new friends, and trying some new things. My individual goal this year is to go to states for my favorite event, floor. My favorite part of the season so far was winning the Troy Athens Invitational.
My individual goal is probably to make it to states. I want to make it in all-around and especially beam. This year it's been my best event and I scored the highest on beam. I didn't know how well I was going to do because I had no idea how different it would be from club gymnastics. I am happy. I've had a few off meets, but most of them have been pretty good for me.
My favorite event is vault.
Why?
I think it's the most exciting thing to do. My favorite thing is the people. Everyone gets along really well. We all have a good friendship.
I was a 3-time champ when I was 3 years old, 4 years old, and 5 years old. I won worlds each year. Then my family hit some rough times. Since my body wasn't fully developed, I couldn't find a sponsor at the time, so I was forced to quit the sport that I loved. Damn, it's hard to talk about. Then when high school came around and I saw the opportunity to join the Hazlitt Williamston Bath team, I pulled out my old leotard and it just felt like yesterday when I was winning worlds and just winning championships. My favorite event is by far the vault. When I bounce off that board and launch off with my hands. It's just the best feeling in the world. It's just me out there. That's what I like. It's me. I just feel like I can fly.
He flies.
Like my warm-up song is I Believe I Can Fly. It's by, who sings that?
I think R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
And while Jake's story was kind of sad, mine's more uplifting. I was a decent gymnast when I was young, but then I hit a weird phase in my life where I gained a lot of weight. I couldn't fit in my leotard anymore, which was just tragic. My favorite event would have to be the floor. I like to take a sensual route, but I don't cross any lines with that. I feel like I'm on the red carpet of Hollywood, but in actuality, I'm just on the blue carpet in the gymnastics room.
Wow, those ladies sure are impressive.
Not to mention beautiful.
Speaking of beautiful, I really struggled to find my lover a great gift for Valentine's Day.
But didn't you get help from a smart, handsome man?
I did. He kind of looked like you.
Let's see how it went.
What's got you down, James?
Love Dr. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I just don't know what to get my lover. He or she deserves the best. I just need your help.
Don't worry, Jake. Just head on down to your local Walmart. The love doctor will be by your side the whole time.
Wow, guys, at Walmart, love is in the air. As you can see, the table when you walk in is full of Valentine's love. This triple balloon caught my attention. I love you, Hazlitt. These cookies. Nothing says I love you like a frosted cookie from Walmart. Yummy, yummy. Smells fake, but it looks great. That's 3 cents less than $1. Hey, Love Doctor, what's your love satisfaction rating?
That's cute, James, but I'd only give that a 4 out of 10. Let's kick things up a notch.
If your lover's been looking and/or feeling dirty this February, get her some great value disinfecting wipes. $5.98 at your local Walmart. Hey, Love Doctor, what's your rating?
James, with gifts like that, the only thing you're going to be feeling is a cold breeze as your lover storms out the house. I give that a 1 out of 10.
If your lover doesn't love this Hershey's pot of gold, I don't know what will. I know this pot of gold will send you right to her pot of gold, her heart. Wow. At Walmart, they're selling these great Valentine's Day Care Bears. Nothing says I care like a great Care Bear for 3 cents less than $10. Love Doctor, what's your grade on this one?
3 cents less than $10? What do you think she is, your grandma? B- out of 10.
Wow. With this red hot Frank's hot sauce, you could really spice up your Valentine's life. If this doesn't make your Valentine feel red hot, I don't know what will. Oh, Love Doctor, what do you think of this one, huh?
Red hot sauce, James. Not bad. Looks like I'll be eating wings tonight. 8 out of 10.
I highly advise you to avoid this section because it will only remind your lover how inferior she is to Taylor Swift's beauty. This is it, Hazlitt High. This is the jackpot of Walmart. Hey, Love Doctor, if this doesn't score a perfect 10, I don't know what will.
Oh, yeah.
If you'd like to beef up your lady this Valentine's Day, you can't go wrong with some protein mix. Strawberry, of course. Love Doctor, how do you like your women? Meaty?
That's what I love about you, Jake. You're a man that knows what he wants. You want to thicken up your women? Thicken up your woman. 10 out of 10.
The only true way to win your lover's heart this Valentine's Day is a new car. Nothing says I love you like a Toyota Corolla. Am I right, Love Doctor?
Love Doctor approves. Jake, you've come a long way today. You started off with roses and disinfectant wipes, and you're ending with a car. That's the progression of a real man. I hope you taught Haz a little bit today. What to get, what not to get, how to love. Love Doctor out.
Well, that's all we have for you, Hazlitt. I hope you really enjoyed our broadcast.
Make sure to come out to the boys and girls varsity basketball games tonight here at Hazlitt High School. The boys game starts at 6 p.m.
Then we have a great talent show for you that starts up after the girls' game is over.
We are also filming a Harlem Shake video in the auditorium right before the talent show, so make sure you get there a few minutes early.
Also, Patrick, for the video, wear the craziest outfit you can find, and also bring some cool props.
I want you to get really crazy with the Hazlitt, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. All right. Golden.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is being awesome.
copping it, washing it. About to go and get some compliments, passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking in, bummy and grungy fucking man. I am stunting and flossing and saving my money, and I'm hella happy that's a bargain. I'ma take your grandpa style, I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real, ask your grandpa, can I have his hand-me-down? Velour jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found, dig it. They had a broken keyboard, I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a ski blanket, then I bought a kneeboard. Hello, my ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game, hell no. I could take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, he got the belt.
Top of the morning to you, Hazlitt.
And welcome to Group 1's announcements.
That's right. We're back after our little break. I hope you guys did well on all your MME tests.
I'm sure glad we didn't have to take it.
You have to be really smart to pass those tests. And speaking of, I'd like to introduce you to a student. His name is Austin Burke.
I know him, that guy who builds those cool hats and speakers.
Mm-hmm, and sometimes both. I sat down with him to find out just how our little MacGyver became such a whiz.
Hello, my name is Austin Burke, and I shall be your host for today. I work on electronics, computers, programming, hacking. Did I forget to mention Diabolical Mastermind? I mostly taught myself out of what I wanted to do at the time, and sort of developed into this. I'm really proud of my loud and flashy inventions. Like my hat, you've all seen it. It plays music and it flashes lights. Or at least it did. Until I had to reuse the parts for other things. I like sometimes making little crafts. Here's my TARDIS. You've seen my TARDIS. I've got my own main amplifier, temperature monitor, hard drive with a giant heatsink on top, and a power supply. After high school, I planned to go to a community college to get used to the college life, and then to something like MSU or maybe U of M. As with my intense fascination with computers and making neat stuff, I might want to go into something with design or coding or making stuff. I'm a maker. It's in my nature, and I love it.
Wow, that kid sure has got style.
You know it. And in other news, spring sports are starting up.
Even though it's still cold outside.
We caught up with our very own lacrosse team for a special preseason look at the talent this year.
Hey, Hazlitt. Maybe some of you have heard. There's a new lacrosse coach in town. His name's Coach Taylor. He's looking to change a couple things for the upcoming season, so let's talk to him and a couple of the captains, and let's get the inside scoop on Hazlitt lacrosse.
I got the job by, I had coached at the youth level for a couple of years and at the JV level, and when I found out that the varsity job was going to be available, I contacted Mr. Ferguson about the position and interviewed with him a couple of times, and that's how I got the job.
I enjoy my dad being a coach because he's an excellent coach, and I enjoy my dad.
Schedule-wise, it looks pretty tough from what I know of. Brother Rice will be a challenge. Mattawan will be a challenge right off the bat. There will be some easy games, but the hard games are the ones I'm looking for. I'm really looking forward to Holt this year too, because they're vulnerable.
I think we're going to have a great season. I think we've got a lot of talent. We've got a few guys that are already bound for NCAA lacrosse programs. We've got some all-state guys coming back, and we've got some great guys coming up from the junior varsity level. So we've got a very challenging schedule, so it's going to be a difficult season, but I think we're going to do very well.
Our difficult schedule isn't that daunting because there's no game we shouldn't win. We have a chance to go undefeated. And if we play to our potential, we won't have a problem with that.
In preparation for this season, I have been playing wall ball every day, especially after swimming. And now that swimming's over, I've been getting in the gym with Noah as much as possible.
Basically the same things as knowing Zach. I have personal training every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm in the weight room basically every day. I play wall ball every day, and that's basically about it.
Yeah, I really wish the sport was a varsity sport. Being a club sport, it's really expensive. Everybody has to pay for everything. We have to do a ton of fundraising for and what we're given, and fundraising is not as easy as it used to be.
I mean, as long as I get to go out and play, have fun, I really don't care if it's a varsity sport or not. It can be club, it can just be a bunch of guys going together, I guess.
We would love to do a better job of filling the stands this year. You know, we want people to know what an exciting sport lacrosse is. There's no reason why we can't get the same kind of crowds that football games get. So we want to run some different promotions, make it more fun. We've got free admission this year, so there's nothing to prevent people from wanting to come out to the games. So we're hoping that our players will get more of their friends and classmates out, and our parents will get more of their neighbors and relatives out to the games. And the more people we have in the stands, the more fun it is, and the better our team will do on the field.
Well, let's wish the best of luck for our boys this season. And before we sign off, here is a message for seniors.
Be sure to have your baby pictures for the senior party. You can still drop them off in the office. And be sure to ask for special group pictures of you and your best friends as those cute little babies.
That is all for us week. Enjoy your Friday, everybody.
Stay classy, Hazlitt.
What?
Hello, Hazlitt High, and welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to Group 2's announcements.
We would like to personally thank all of our peers who stayed the full school day to support our announcements.
Speaking of support,
which sounds a lot like the word sport,
we have two of our very own Vikings taking their football talents to the collegiate level next year.
Our very own Brennan Burns sat down with our very own Connor Brewer and our very own Sam Rathbun to learn a little more about their college choice.
We have two young men here who, really through their sport that they play, now have an opportunity to go on to a higher institution where they're going to get a degree from. And so not only do they get to go on and play football, I always say the best part of this deal is they're going to walk away from Elmhurst College with a 4-year degree and then go on to do what they want to do.
I started at Elmhurst when the coach came to visit us, and unlike most of the other D3 schools, they actually sounded like they wanted good people instead of just recruiting everyone. So I went down for my visit and I fell in love with the campus. It just seemed like more of a family campus. Like when we went down there, the football team was actually they were friends. And when I went to other colleges like Albion, the teammates were like, oh, I haven't seen you since the banquet. And at Elmhurst, they really seemed like they knew each other and were actually good friends.
2 points. The first would be, it's not been, I can think of one other time that we had 2 athletes actually go to the same school. Conrad Bird and Jared Twitchell, remember those guys from Michigan Tech, so it does not happen very often. And that's a special thing that they get a chance when they go away. Chicago's about 3.5, 4 hours away, so they'll have each other to kind of lean on.
We are going to room blind. We'll be on the same building, but we're going to room blind with other people so we don't stay to each other. We make new friends, meet new people.
Yeah, the numbers are so stacked against high school athletes to compete at any of the levels in college. And to have the opportunity that these guys have is very exciting. I can think of all the hard work that they put in over the years. I know with Sam, as one example, to ask him his beginning of his junior year, hey, you sure you want me to start at center? I'm not that good. You can just turn it over to Billy. And they're like, nope, you're the guy. And then to see his growth, and see the growth from Connor in terms of having great expectations of himself. He's his own worst probably critic, puts a lot of pressure on himself, never had to be us. So we're excited as a coaching staff, but also as a teacher here, to see these guys go on and have great success.
Well, both Connor and I will probably play JV our freshman year, but the only other center they have right now is a senior, so potentially I could start on varsity in my sophomore year.
This last season they finished up 10-2, and then they're coming out into this season with a ranking of number 8 in the nation. So they're going to be competing. We'll be competing for possibly a national championship.
Sorry, I was going to work out.
Piece of interesting information that could affect most of you drivers out there is Kelsey's Law.
And it's not just a girl, it's actual law. This law prevents teenagers that have yet to receive their level 3 license from using their phone for any reason while driving.
So if you're under 17 and driving with a level 1 or 2 license, keep yourself and others out of danger by avoiding using your phone. Back to spring break. I'm pretty nervous about my trip this year, Patrick.
Why is that, Jake?
Water scares me. I'm afraid I might drown.
I think I can help with that. Riptides. What are they? Many people have heard of them, but yet not many people know how to get out of them. With spring break looming, it's time you all find out. Let's imagine you're on the beach and you decide to go for a quick swim. You start here, and before you know it, you're here. Now here's what you can do to avoid drowning and becoming a shark's lunch. First, remain calm if rip current begins to pull you away from the shore. Then, if possible, try to regain your footing. If the current is relatively weak and you're in shallow water, you'll probably be able to touch the bottom again. Call for help immediately if you, like me, can't swim well. Swim parallel to the shore to get out of the current rather than swimming against the current and towards the shore. Even float on your back if you can't swim out of the current. And to cap it off, swim towards the shore once you escape the current. I hope you learned something today, and that next time you're caught in a riptide, you'll think of me. Thank you, Haslett.
Interesting and fun.
You know what else is sure to be interesting and fun, Jake?
No, I don't, Patrick.
Well, the answer is the senior party, a party here at the high school from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Saturday, May 18th.
The party's only for seniors. There's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of food, and a top secret theme.
I am curious. Everyone will need to assemble a team of 4 for the party and make sure to sign up in the cafeteria the week after spring break.
Well, Haslett, that's all we have for you. Have a safe and fun spring break.
Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Wait, we're at the Pizza Hut. What? We're at the Taco Bell. What? We're at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. We
CPO just walked.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a voice of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
Hello, Haslett High School, and welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to Group 2's announcements.
We would like to personally thank all of our peers who tuned in today to support our announcements.
Speaking of support,
which actually sounds a lot like the word sport,
we have two of our very own Vikings taking their football talents to the collegiate level next year, Patrick.
Our very own Brennan Burns sat down with our very own Connor Brewer and our very own Sam Rathbun to learn a little more about their college choice.
We have two young men here who, really through their sport that they play, now have an opportunity to go on to a higher institution where they're going to get a degree from. And so not only do they get to go on and play football, I always say the best part of this deal is they're going to walk away from Elmhurst College with a 4-year degree and then go on to do what they want to do.
I sat in Elmhurst when the coach came to visit us, and unlike most of the other D3 schools, they actually sounded like they wanted good people instead of just recruiting everyone. So I went down for my visit and I fell in love with the campus. It just seemed like more of a family campus. Like when we went down there, the football team was actually they were friends. And when I went to other colleges like Albion, the teammates were like, oh, I haven't seen you since the banquet. At Elmhurst, they really seemed like they knew each other and were actually good friends.
2 points. The first would be, it's not been, I can think of one other time that we had 2 athletes actually go to the same school. Conrad Bird and Jared Twitchell, those guys from Michigan Tech. So it does not happen very often. And that's a special thing that they get a chance when they go away. Chicago's about 3.5, 4 hours away, so they'll have each other to kind of lean on.
We are going to room blind. We'll be on the same building, but we're going to room blind with other people so we don't stay to each other. We make new friends, meet new people.
Yeah, the numbers are so stacked against high school athletes to compete at any of the levels in college. And to have the opportunity that these guys have is very exciting. I can think of all the hard work that they put in over the years. I know with Sam, as one example, to ask him his beginning of his junior year, hey, you sure you want me to start at center? I'm not that good. You can turn it over to Billy. And they're like, no, you're the guy. And then to see his growth and see the growth from Connor in terms of having great expectations of himself. He's his own worst, probably critic, puts a lot of pressure on himself, never had to be us. So we're excited as a coaching staff, but also as a teacher here, to see these guys go on and have great success.
Well, both Connor and I will probably play JV our freshman year, but the only other center they have right now is a senior, so potentially I could start on varsity my sophomore year.
This last season, they finished up 10-2, and then they're coming out into this season with a ranking of number 8 in the nation. So they're going to be competing. We'll be competing for possibly a national championship.
Sorry, I was going to work out.
It's just so nice to see two good friends using the sport they love to become closer to one another.
Hey, aren't those two competing against us in tonight's water polo tournament?
That's so right, Patrick. Tonight at 5, the Hazlitt-Williamston Lansing Christian Water Polo Squad will be hosting an annual intertube water polo tournament.
If you can put together a team of 6 and each bring $5, you are welcome to join us.
Speaking of teams, Patrick, this Monday, we're all on the same team because it's our nation's Earth Day.
You know, Jake, we put together some easy tips on how each of us can help to save the Earth.
Hi, I'm Jake Schmelter, and this is my good friend, Patrick Gifford. We're here to talk about something very important to us, our nation's Earth Day. We're going to give you a few helpful tips to not only help yourself, but help our Earth survive even longer than it has. Thank you very much. Turn off your computer when you're not using it. It may be a hassle, but it will save you energy and money. Plant a tree. It's fun, it helps the Earth, and it looks great. Ride your bike to school. It's exercise and you'll save money. Don't forget you're also saving the ozone layer. Recycle whenever possible. You'll be surprised how many items are recyclable. If you have any questions, please contact Kyle Longendike. Turn off electronics that are not being used. It saves energy and it's good for the Earth. But if a fan is drying a carpet, please leave it on. Whatever you do not drink water. 11 feet of our Great Lakes disappear every day because of water drinkers like you. Carpool to school, work, or hang out. Wow, that sure was eye-opening.
Well, Hazlitt, that's all the videos we have for you today.
Have a fantastic and fun weekend.
but about an hour each for these 4 girls of fielding, throwing, infield hitting, just getting in shape, getting them back in the routine.
I prepared for this season by having like 5 practices a week during the winter. I practiced with my travel team and with Hazlitt, and I also had pitching lessons.
Big games for us this year probably be league games with St. John's, Wasso, Ionia.
I think everyone should come out and watch the St. John's game because last year I had to pitch after not pitching since 8th grade, and that was quite embarrassing, and I would like to redeem myself.
Top contributors this year would be Christine Wood, shortstop, senior. She's already going to Olivet. She'll be in all league again this year, I believe. Sydney Rustoffer, it's her 3rd year on varsity, hit 500 both years so far, and she should have a really good season. And Paige Van Atta, junior pitcher, good hitter. She'll hit about 400. She'll have a good season.
Having my best friend's dad as our coach is probably really convenient because when I want to go to the gym and hit, I know I can just get the keys from him.
Having my dad as a coach is pretty hard because he pushes me, but it's nice because he knows what I'm doing wrong and can help me fix it.
Let's hope the weather gets nicer so they can get the season going.
All right, Hazlitt. Remember, a 4-leaf clover only blooms on the bluest of oceans.
Don't get lost in yourself, Hazlitt.
Cuando esté de madrugada, no te tomes una siesta, todas las manos arriba, vamos a bailar y brincar. Que empiece la algarabía, comenzó el carnaval. Aquí todo es diversión hasta que salga el sol. Hoy ya nos fuimos de rumba hasta que salga el sol. Bailamos batiendo cadera hasta que salga el sol. Pan y cervezas arriba hasta que salga el sol. Y este es por 7 días hasta que salga el sol.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a list of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
Hazlitt, hello. I'm Jake Schmelter, alongside my best friend, Patrick Gifford.
We were also on the baseball team, which just makes us that much closer.
Speaking of being close, prom is right around the corner. And to be honest, Patrick, I have very little idea where it is.
It's a
and who's
confusing
going.
situation,
I know,
Jake, and
Patrick.
it's all right because Nathan Lazinski and Andy Stam can inform you, along with the rest of the school, a little more about it.
Prom this year is at the Kellogg Center. We picked that spot because it's got a lot of room to dance, because I know we all dance a lot.
Well, the dance starts at 8, but if you want to show up at 7, there's this low-key type thing. Obama, he's going to be there, and he's just going to be doing a little speech for us. So if you want to come, you can. It's not that big of a deal.
For foods, we're not really doing any like main, big, heavy foods, because everyone goes out to dinner anyways. So we're doing like a lot of dessert kind of foods, but then also like some healthy stuff like fruits and veggies for the people that don't want to go and stuff their face with a lot of chocolate and cake.
The theme this year is Evening in Paris, and we are having the great-grandson of the architect of the Eiffel Tower is going to come, and he's going to walk around, he's going to monitor everyone and make sure everyone's talking in French. And if you don't talk in French, you will be escorted out.
Parking is included in the ticket price. Like, you buy the ticket, you go in, we're going to have it spaced off there at the parking garage. You can be able to go in, park your car, you're set. You don't need to worry about getting a ticket. For drinks, we got a pop bar. It's like there are 2 of them set up. There'll be 2 stands. All the pop you can drink all night long. That's paid for. It comes with the ticket.
Our DJ for prom this year is from Spartan Audio, and you know, he DJ'd at Chris Humphrey and Kim Kardashian's wedding, so we thought he was pretty good for our prom.
We really want it to happen because everyone says that it's a lot of fun, but we need more parent chaperones. So I guess this is kind of a good way to get the word out that kids need to talk to their parents more, because the teachers, they say we're not setting that all up. They set enough up with the actual prom, so people need to like get their parents involved and everything. It's going to be at the MAC like it is every year, and it's supposed to be a lot of fun. So if you guys want it to happen, people are going to need to talk to their parents, get some chaperones, and they can talk to pretty much anyone in student council they can get to us about.
I'm gonna have to brush up on my Francois vocabulary.
I would do the same, Patrick, but lately I've been demonstrating characteristics that imply I don't care anymore about school.
That's strange, Jake, because a guy I know, who will remain anonymous, has been demonstrating similar symptoms. MTV visited Hazel High School to investigate.
Aw, man, I'm late to school again. But guess who doesn't care? 'Cause I'm a senior! Senior year!
Oh, nice. My man propped it open for me. Easy access, baby.
I'm just upset that I have to be doing this, but it's time for a change. And I'm just going to tell a little story about Jack. Well, my friend, I'm going to call him Jack Smeltzer for the sake of, I don't want him to be exposed. But I was at his house the other day, and he received a letter from his chosen university. Let's call it Michigan Bait University. And you know what Jack did to that letter? He ripped it up. His mom started crying. I started crying. His sister, let's call her, I don't know, Dopey. She started crying, okay? And I'm just here because I want to help my friend. And he needs help.
So the final chapter, when they landed in Phage. Hey, Smell. What are you doing? You know, you're always playing the system, all the time. You know, I'm reading. No, I'm texting. I'm freaking texting. You know the rules? Or don't you know the rules? Playing the freaking system. Text all you want. Text. Go ahead. You're gonna live under a bridge someday. Pushing a cart.
Well, Jack, we have something to tell you. You have senioritis. It's an epidemic. The MTV cameras have been following you around. We know what you've been doing. We know what you're up to. Jack, it's time for this to stop. You need to be cured. Thank you.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. I wanna die.
What? How would you respond to accusations that you have senioritis?
I'm overwhelmed right now with everything and open house planning, and school's almost done, and I'm worried about prom, or I'm thinking
Will
about...
you change? Jack, it's gotten to the point where you're hurting other people. It's time for you to face the facts.
Do you have tissue? Thank you.
Do you or do you not have senioritis?
I'm Jack Schmeltzer, and I have senioritis. Jack Schmeltzer and I seem to have a lot in common, including our stunning facial features.
Before you go, we leave you with a little something to get you prepared for Cinco de Mayo.
Hazlitt, have a great weekend.
I like the idea.
Good, John.
I'm good. I can start going whenever. Are we recording?
Are we recording? Tyler, are we recording? Yeah.
Jonah, begin. All right. Hi, I'm Jonah Brown, and welcome to the Jonah Brown Show. So.
1 second.
God damn it.
Ow!
You should get like
Tyler, it's your fault.
we should put someone applauding in the background there.
No, you got the mics wrong, dude. He's not 6. I'm hearing Delaney,
Yeah, I hear me.
Jonah's 7. Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it, Tyler.
Fuck you.
It's okay, I'll see the script too. Start.
I'm good?
Yeah, you can start.
All right. Hi, I'm Jonah Brown, and welcome to the Jonah Brown Show. Hope you're all very comfortable while you're watching right now. It's pretty rainy out right now, which means no painting for you. Have you ever painted before? Have you? Have you ever used that red paint? What's up with red paint? Like, really? Who's gonna paint stuff red? But anyways, got a couple of great guests on the show for you today. We've got Dylan Fernandez and Delaney McFate. Can't wait to talk to them. We're gonna send it over to Chad Banghart now. Chad?
Thank you, Jonah. This is Chad Banghart in the newsroom. I'm sitting here next to my friend Dylan Fernandez, actually, and he's soon to Boone the Soon, so OU, watch out. He's about 6 foot, and he's about 110 pounds, so, I mean, he's a little guy, but he's a tall man, so I'm sure he'll take it over. So, Jonah Brown, here you are for Dylan Fernandez.
Thank you.
It's great to have you on the show,
Hey,
Dylan.
thank you for having me so much.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Really keeping my figure, 110 pounds, feeling great. Doctors are a little worried, but I'm not, so that's the most important thing.
Why are the doctors worried?
Because with my like tall height and my little petite body, it's hard to walk. My joints have pains, and I don't know, just a little discomfort sometimes. But I enjoy looking good.
You know, really, as long as you're all right with the pains, I guess. Who cares what the doctors think?
Can I bring up that red paint thing? I agree.
Yeah.
Who paints stuff red?
Exactly. Maybe Barnes.
Maybe Barnes. I mean, this shirt's red, but
it's
that's
not
okay.
painted. Exactly. With the back to the Barnes situation. Why red Barnes?
Well, red Barnes because red symbolizes growth through something that's already been destroyed, and for the agriculture business to keep growing, they need a red barn to represent what they're trying to do.
Well, see, actually, barns were initially painted red because back when they were making paint, rust would be the easiest thing to make paint with, and so that would turn the paint red. But at this point, no one's making paint out of rust, are they?
I don't think so. I mean, unless you're my grandma, I'd like to say hi too.
That's
hi.
Nice. That's cute.
Yeah,
That's really cute.
She's a great woman. Every morning, just 2 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, 1 sausage, and then an egg hidden under my toast, just for a daily surprise. I miss her.
Where is she?
Oh, she's just at home.
Oh, you gave me a fright there, Dylan. You gave me a fright.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all right.
What have you been doing nowadays?
Well, I've really started to pursue my acting career through Paramount
Speaking of
Pictures.
acting, we have a piece here of Dylan this is from Political Ad that I saw you spoke in the other day. Let's take a look. All right. That was great. Great. When did you do that?
It's always just been kind of a knack for me.
Yeah.
That was probably like earlier in this year. I was working with a great director, Jonah Brown. I don't know if you know him. No name.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about him.
No, great guy. I'll leave it at a great guy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know. But other than that, I've been working on a few movies. One's called Catch-23. It's coming out next summer with me, Mila Kunis, and Ashton Kutcher. Random, I know, but it's just about this baseball team who has gone through rough times living out in Brooklyn, New York, raised up through Harlem, actually, but they moved to Brooklyn because Jay-Z is co-producing the show.
All right.
And so they basically make it through a music career and end up on the Brooklyn Nets basketball team.
Where does the name Catch-23 come into play?
That's for you to find out.
All right. I think we're all looking forward to it.
I think we are too.
When does it come out again?
Next summer.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's directing that?
I think Mitch Pavuto is the main director.
Did you ever hear the story about meeting Mitch a couple years back?
No, tell me.
I don't think it's a Ford TV story about me and Mitch, but maybe another time I'll bring it up to you, all right? But, oh, God. Mitch. Oh, I'll tell it. So it's me and Mitch. We're walking, right?
Okay.
And we both have a dog. I've got my Akita. He's got his Pomeranian, right? And out of nowhere, this Rottweiler comes literally out of nowhere,
You're
right?
kidding.
No. That's one of those things you can't make up, right?
That's so true.
I'm like, Mitch, because Mitch has got a palm with him right now, right? So, like, I'm worried. I'm worried about what's going to happen. But then out of nowhere, this Pomeranian, is about to get attacked. Mitch literally kicks this Rottweiler right in the head, knocks it out, all right? And we're just, at this point, Mitch starts freaking out because Mitch just knocked a dog out. It's right. This doesn't usually happen.
Wow.
And then Mitch literally starts crying, and I haven't seen him since that incident.
Wow.
But
that sounds like another movie I'm about to be in.
Really?
Yeah, that's very ironic. It's called Every Dog Has Its Bone.
What's that? Who's in that one?
Who's in that one? Well, the casting isn't officially done yet, but so far we have Johnny Depp, Uma Thurman, and Samuel L. Jackson as a small role.
It sounds like a good one.
Yeah, it's one to look out for.
I will. All right, well, Dylan, it's been great having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's Dylan Fernandez, everybody.
Thank
Dylan
you.
Fernandez. Oh, gosh. It's just, I love being able to have the opportunity. So I just want to take a moment. I love the opportunity I get to talk to these great actors and friends of mine because everyone always sees them on the big screen and they just don't really know the real person they are and how great they really can be. But, oh, God, it's great seeing this. And now, I think I'm going to send it back to my friend Chad. Chad, in the newsroom.
Thank you, John. In the newsroom once again. And this is someone that comes around here often. His name is Delaney McFate. He's an athlete, true athlete. He's a #1 baseball star. And he's going to talk about his MLB career, and that's soon to come up, as well as his book writing. He's an author that's #1 in the New York Times magazine. So we'll send it over to Jonah Brown over there, and he'll talk about his MLB career and his artistic abilities to write. Thank you.
The show, Jonah.
Oh, so, a book, really?
Yeah.
What's the book about?
Well, it's basically about my MLB career and how it's really taken off ever since, I started doing well in high school baseball.
What was high school baseball like for you?
Well, I mean, my freshman year, I was cut from the varsity team. Twice, actually. And then after that, I made JV. And then my junior year, I really got into baseball. I quit all my other sports, got rid of all my friends, and I just started playing baseball every day after school.
Was it worth it?
Oh, yeah, I'd say so. I'm going to be making millions of dollars soon.
Good for you. Good for you. So what's the career like right now? Who are you playing for?
Well, I'm actually just playing AAA ball for the Mud.
The Mud Hens?
Yeah.
Is that? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
the Mud Hens.
The Mud Hens. All right. So then what's the book on?
The book? That's on how I got into baseball, really.
Okay, because I thought you just were talking about how it was part of your MLB career.
Well, I mean, it's still MLB. AAA is still MLB.
Is it?
Well.
Is it? Let's be honest here.
All right, come on, dude.
I mean, I drive my car fast every now and then, but I'm not telling people I race NASCAR.
Well.
Like my neighbor would race at Michigan Speedway every now and then, but I never heard him once tell me he was a NASCAR racer.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, everybody has to start from somewhere. I mean,
I think the people at home are probably agreeing with me right now. You're writing a book about you being in the MLB, and you're not in the MLB.
Well, it's just like you got to start somewhere, and I think AAA ball for my rookie year isn't bad. So.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, how are the kids doing? What's the wife doing?
She died in a car accident, actually.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Well, she was on the way home from work, and truck just came out of nowhere and hit her.
I saw her just 2 weeks ago.
It was recent.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Well, I think that's a good segue into you doing some acting recently, right? That's how you. I recently. Let's go to the clip. This is Delaney McFate acting. All right, folks. Well, this has been Delaney McFate. Dylan Fernandez was on earlier. And I think that's all I have for you today. Tune in tomorrow. It's been the Jonah Brown Show. My regards, Chad's regards. Me high behind the camera, Dan Stevens back there with them. And we wish you the best. Have a good day. Thank you.